Okay, so recording, yeah. This is Superhero Day at Hocking College and Spirit Weeks, and today's theme is Superhero Day, and we are going to create a superhero-inspired Snapchat filter. So this is, I'm going to put my glasses back on because I am that blind. And we're just going to go through the process of creating the Snapchat filter, and it shouldn't take terribly long. But let's go ahead and get started. Okay, this is on Google Meet. There's our calendar invite for those who are able to attend. I know it's not the most ideal time. It's 1 o'clock. So teachers, you know, they're back in class, back from lunch, trying to wake all the students up. After lunch, nap time. I know I was guilty of that sometimes in high school. Anyways, I'm looking like into my background here, and I swear it's an organized mess. It's a mess, but I swear it's an organized mess. Okay, so if, you know, however you're seeing this particular video now, maybe it's on YouTube or whatever, you know, there's going to be a link in the notes or however you're accessing this particular video that will take you to a Google Drive folder. And in this folder, you'll have the introductory welcome. That was the first day. Then Monday was Crazy Hair Day. Today's Tuesday, which is Superhero Day. And each of these folders have the assets, which is usually just image files. May do an audio file later on this week that we'll be using. So let's go ahead and get started. So yesterday we went over how to access Lens Studio, how to download it, and all that. So I'm not going to repeat that on this particular video, but we are going to use a different template. So let's go ahead and go to all templates. And one we're going to use is sunglasses. It's down there. Okay. So like before, if we click on Learn More, it's about the same level as complexity as we did yesterday. So we're still, you know, having a good pace. And it talks about how just basically it's a sunglasses filter. And we're going to go ahead and click Start Project on that. Okay, while that's loading, I'm going to show you some of the resources that I like to use whenever I'm making these images. So one of my favorite resources is actually Canva. Now there is a free version of Canva and there's a paid version of Canva. I got the paid version and it's about 12 bucks a month. And for me, it's really, really worth it. For the things that I do on the site and also for, you know, stuff like this, it's really helpful. So if you're not familiar with Canva, we'll go ahead and do a brief intro. You go to create a design, and I just usually get logo. It doesn't really matter usually, but I just usually do the logo. And on the left-hand side, this may change a little bit depending on what you've used in the past. By default, it may show something different, but you can click on more if you're not seeing something that I have right here. And for some of the things that images we're going to be using today, you can see my recently used. And all I did was put comic help. And eventually it took me to one of these comic kind of aesthetics. And I just click on that. And then I do a text and then add a heading and type the word help. And you can put it on top of each other. It's a really useful tool. Now, for the paid version, so I would just change that to help. You can change the colors and stuff. It's pretty intuitive, so I'm not going to go into really deep detail on it. Now, but on the paid version, you can go download. You can do a PNG and transparent background. You see everything, these little crowns? So mine's not, mine's kind of ghosted. That's because I have the paid account. But if you want a transparent account or transparent background, if you have the paid account, you can do that. If you don't have the paid account, then it's not going to be transparent. There may be some workarounds around that, but that's just basically how I do it. So let's see if, yep, okay. Go ahead and hide that. And let's see, it's not going to show. Let me see if I wanted it to show the preview. Okay. Okay, there's that. I don't know if it's going to show the preview, the web preview, because I'm recording and sometimes that throws it off. It worked this morning, but we'll just use the models here. Again, this is something that we kind of went over yesterday, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that right now. So on the left-hand side, you remember objects, and then there's resources, which is basically where you can put the assets, the image files that we'll be using. So, and the objects is going to be different than it was yesterday because it's a different template. So we click on, make sure that's selected. And on this inspector panel, you'll see items that are relevant for the sunglasses controller. So for the frame color, I'm going to select, black. And you can select whatever kind of frame. I haven't done the cat. That's interesting. I'm going to leave it like that. The frame material. Okay. Clear frame. So don't really see a difference, but okay. So you can see there's different things that you can edit. And the frame size, want to leave that as alone. The lens color, I am actually going to make blue. The Hocking color blue. And custom reflection, want to leave that alone, but I'm going to add a custom sprite. So we click on custom sprite and you can see it's default with this little sprite in here. But I don't want it to be that. So I'm going to go back to my left side, the resources, click on that plus symbol, add new resource from files. And the ones that we're using, they were in the Google Drive or the Google folder I was talking about in the beginning, are this and this. So those are two image files. So we'll have them stored in here. So whenever we need to pull them, they're just easy right there. So for this help, I'm going to just drag it over under to Sprite texture. And you can see now it says help. So this is a superhero theme. So superheroes help people. So, you know, kind of like comic book related thing. And it's asking for help and they see somebody looking for help, right? So that's kind of, you know, it may sound corny, but it's my corny thing and you can do your own corny thing. So we're going to leave it like that. So we got the sunglasses done. Okay, now we need to do the mask. Under objects, click on that little plus symbol, click on face effects, I believe, and head binding. Okay. So for head binding, things will bind to the head, so to speak. So let's look at this particular grid right here. Now we see two people's heads. So you can see that this is intended, or this has the option, if you want, to be for a two-person filter. Like it'll actually capture both people in a filter. Sometimes filters will only capture one person. It will only apply the filter on one person. This particular filter is meant to apply for both people, for two people, but we don't want to do that. So you see where it says face index 1? Okay, we're going to change that down to 0. And now we just see one face. So the reason it starts with 0 is in computer speak, everything starts with 0. It doesn't start with number 1. Number 1 is actually 2. 2 is actually 3. 3 is actually 4. which is confusing when you're not used to speaking computer speak a lot. But this is a good way to kind of introduce the difference between 0 and 1. Like 0 is one person, and there's a face index. If I had it on 2, if I had it on 1, it would show 2 people. I don't know if it'll go any higher than that. Yeah, it does. But so there's like a good way. It's like 2 is 3, 3 is 4, things of that nature. 1 back to 1, which is 0. So what we're going to actually do is attach this to the head center, I think. Let's go ahead and do it the head center. Well, if you look, there's left eyeball, right eyeball, chin. You can attach, like I did a beard one. So I attached it to, it was like a Santa Claus beard. So I think I did the mouth center, but it was just like a regular beard. It was the chin. So you can choose and pick and choose where you want it to apply. So I'm doing head center, hit add component, and we're going to do an image. And the image is going to be the superhero mask. So I'm going to drag the superhero mask over to where it says texture. Okay. And you can see it, it's really tiny. So this is kind of just dragging it and getting it to where you want it to be. Shoot. And you'll notice it's only being applied to person 1 on the preview here because this is a pair of people. So let's say if I change this to person 1. There you go. Okay. So we got a superhero mask to obscure our identity because we're superheroes. But it looks kind of dorky because you can see the mask and the glasses. So that's not the intended effect. So now we need to do some behavior scripts. So we talked about behavior scripts a little bit yesterday, and we're going to talk more about it again today. Hopefully I remember how to do this one right. It always takes me a couple of tries on what I want. So we are going to click the plus symbol. Where is it? Helper scripts, behavior. Okay. So we got behavior script. Oh, got that selected. There we go. And we are going into the inspector side. So for the touch event, we're going to leave that alone, just like we did yesterday. Somebody has to tap it. Touch target, we're leaving alone. We're going to allow, instead of always, once. Okay? And we'll talk more about that. It's just the, I don't know, not the theme, but the flow that I want this to be. So the sequence, I guess, is what I'm trying to think of. So response type, we're going to set enabled. And the target is going to be the camera, sunglasses, I think. And what we're going to do is actually disable it. So meaning it'll turn off. So lens has been reset. So let's play with it, see what I've done. I've not done anything. Okay, so, boy. Touch event tap, allow once, set enabled. Okay, this might be the wrong thing. Let's try this one. Let the lens reset. There we go. Nope, still not the right one. There we go. Okay, so it's not going to happen again. It's not going to appear again because that's have it set to only happen once and it's been disabled after that. Okay, let's change it to toggle just to make sure I'm like not completely messing this up here. So it's on, tap it, it's off, tap it, it's No, let me change that to always. Okay. Lens reset. Okay, so it's working effectively, but we're going to change the sequence for our little storyline for this filter. Okay, so I'm just tapping it every time. Okay, so we know that's working. That's good. Let's see. I want to actually just change this to disable. Okay. We'll leave it like that. Leave this as always. We may need to change that later on. Okay, but we don't want our filter to appear with our superhero mask, right? So what we're actually going to do here, and I did not know this was going to work until I was playing around with it earlier. It might be kind of a hacky trick, but it works. So sometimes hacky is okay. Head binding on this left-hand side under objects. And I think it's this one. I'm going to uncheck that. No, it's not that one. There we go. You're going to uncheck that. So it will not appear initially. Someone had reset the lens. Got my glasses back on. And glasses on. Okay, and glasses off. That's what's supposed to do. Because we have the behavior to set up to disable. And that's pretty much it. If it was toggle, it would be on, off, things of that nature. Just put it back to disable. Okay, but now we're going to add another behavior script. So we got one behavior script. Now let's go ahead and add another one. Hit the plus symbol. Behavior. Okay. Now for this behavior, we are looking for when it's tapped, I believe. Like I said, I played with this earlier. I'm trying to remember exactly how I did it. So it's tapped. We're going to allow always, the response type, set enabled. And we are going to, there we go, target is lock camera. Let's do that one, head binding. Because the head binding is what we used for the superhero mask. Nope, not yet. Tapped. Let's see. Touch event. Tap. Always set enabled. Let's see if my target's wrong. Maybe this is the head binding I need. Reset. Reset. Okay. Tap. It's off. There we go. There's our mask. Okay. So, and if I hit tap again, it's not going to do anything. It's just, that's pretty much all the steps in this. And if we wanted to, we could probably have it toggle. Okay, the lens has been reset. So we start with the glasses. We tap it and we're like ripping our glasses off. And then we put our superhero mask on. And does it do anything after that? Then it comes off. Then we can put it back on. So that's pretty much it. But this is Superhero Day, and that's our superhero filter that we can just have some fun with. Play with it for what you like. And that's pretty much it. So the way we, let me see if I can do the preview to work on here. It might still not work because where I have this being recorded. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to work, so we're just going to go ahead and go back into here. Let's see if we have this a pair. What does it look like if we have a pair of people? Tap. Okay. Ah, that's interesting. Only one person gets the superhero mask. The other one just says a standby and see somebody looking for help. Okay, that's cool. We'll keep it like that. Send links to device. I went over that yesterday's video. Since you can't really see what I'm doing on my phone, I'm not going to mess with it too much. But basically, you'll get a notification on your phone that you got a filter to be previewed. Wait for that to finish, and you'll see. Take a drink of water. Okay, and then now it's ready to be previewed. Let's see. So again, you would look on it. You will look on it and do the preview. If you're happy with it, want to go ahead and do mine. You can't see me right now, but I'm going to go ahead and do mine just to, make sure I'm happy with it. Oh, where'd it go? Hold on, lost it. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much it. It works on my phone, so I'm happy with that. So now we're going to go ahead project info. So we're going to name the Spirit Week Superhero Soup, because that's all we can put in there. We'll leave it alone like that. We can do the front camera or the rear camera. Spectacles, I'm not that familiar with what that is, so we're going to leave that alone. On this, we can give them instruction to tap, or we can say try it with a friend. I'm going to put tap. Okay, and then actually, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to go in the weeds a little bit here because I want to do something different that I hadn't really thought of before. So I'm going to go up in the objects, and then I'm going to do text object. And on the inspector, you'll see tap. You can see where it says text, and you can type in whatever you want to put your superhero mask on. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Dynamic text can be, you can see here, it can be the birth date, your city, da-da-da. I'm going to put city. And then the font size, this is pretty, generic stuff on how, nothing too hard. What did I do? Oh, I'll put Santa Monica. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Looks like I had my cursor somewhere. I have to put your superhero mask on, hit enter, insert, city. So I'm not in Santa Monica, I'm in Nelsonville, but we'll see. Font size, custom font, I'm just going to leave it like that. The color, you can change it to whatever. I want to put it blue. I'm going to leave it at white. No, I'm going to leave it at yellow. Yeah, we'll go with that. Font size, want to leave that alone. Fill mode, you can do an outline, drop shadow, see what it looks like. The background, you can change that. Put that and to be white. Margins, you can change. Okay. Give us a little bit of padding there. Depth test. Don't really sure what that is. So I'm going to uncheck that. Uncheck that. And then you can actually, here you can like vertical alignment. You can choose towards the bottom, like middle of the screen like it is right now, or to the top. It's supposed to be to the top. Okay, if that's not being cooperative, we can go back into our scene here in the area and maybe drag it here, maybe, if it'll let me, maybe not. Like I said, I didn't exactly plan for this one. Oh, here's another way you can do it, position. So there's X, Y, Z. X is side to side, Y is top to bottom, and Z is more like a death. So there we go. I can do this here. Let's do 10. Okay. And let's do 20. And you can see it's going up. Okay. That works. Actually, I'm going to change the color a little bit now. No, I don't like that color. And do the drop shadow. What's that do? Texture. Let's do. The best way to learn how to do this stuff is to play, and that's what you really see me doing right now. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so let's have to put your superhero mask on. So we got that, and then we're going to send to our lens. Wait for it to beep. Okay. And tap to put your superhero mask on. It says Nelsonville. And okay, I need to tap twice. So this is part of the user experience. Are instructions clear? And it was not. Tap twice. Let's see. Put some spacing in here. Send to lens. So all this is not necessarily coding intensive. It's the concepts that that this can be used to teach. Well, this is a tool that can be used to teach some concepts that are related to user experience and user interface. Because if you remember, we had to tap twice to see the superhero mask. And my instructions were not clear on that. So the end user could say, I tapped it, and I don't see anything. The only thing that did was my glasses went away. And that is correct, because I did not give good instructions. So, let's see. So it's sent, one preview. Okay, tap twice to put your superhero mask on. It says I'm in Nelsonville. Okay, tap twice, and there's my superhero mask. Let's see. I kind of don't like the city right here, so I'm going to take that out. Let's see. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to leave that up there, but we can add another script, another text object. So to hit the little plus symbol, text object, and now I want the city. Okay, and I'm going to take out that word text. And want to do background, check it. There we go. Put some margins in there just to give it some different looks. Okay. And want to put this on the bottom. So this is going to be, I think, let's try -10. That moves it down a little bit. -20. Okay. We'll keep with that. And so now, so this is what I was talking about, tap twice. So, and whenever the lens is initially open, you see 2 or 1 with the glasses. You got whenever you tap once, this dude's still got the glasses. This girl's doesn't. And you got to put twice to get your superhero mask on. Send lens to device. I'm waiting. Okay. So I see tap twice to put your superhero mask on. And whenever I'm actually going to start the filter, if you start the filter, then you'll see the city on the bottom. But the placement's probably not the greatest, so I might need to change that. So tap once, tap twice, and then it works. If you start the filter, then you'll see the... Okay, I started the filter, so it was playing. So I don't want it all the way down there. Again, this is part of the experience of the user interface and user experience. Do we want it all the way down there? That's maybe not that quite far down. Let's do 15. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to send the lens to device. We're just going to leave it like that too. I just want to kind of finish this up. Project info, sunglasses. We're going to name this superhero because I don't have room for Spirit Week and superhero. I'm just going to name it superhero. Front and rear camera. Let's go ahead and, this is where we started kind of going into the weeds. I'm going to do the tap. We don't need to put the tap because we got that in the text. But where's it say with a friend? Do not try with a friend. I want you to try with a friend. Oh. Oh, it's somewhere. I seen it earlier. In her mouth. Try it with a friend. There we go. And this little icon, we're going to change this to the help. The comic book help. There we go. And hit apply. And then we go to publish lens. And waiting. Okay, and as I said yesterday, I have a business account and a community account. For you would probably might not even see the screen, or it might just go directly to your community lens. And you can hit edit to add some tags just to help with it being found by the general public who plays with Snapchat filters. So hit edit and give it a minute or two. So I didn't mention this, but the relation to Hocking College is within these 3 colors here, the blue, the green, and that orange. Okay. Anyway, so superhero. Okay. Hocking College. Spirit Week. Let's see, look for a person. Hit done. May do one for a dog or something later on this week. Hit submit. It was a brand new one on the lens preview. We don't worry about it because just have to upload the file and just not worth it. Hit submit. So it's in review right now, and you can see the ones that I've done previously that are live. Let's see. This is the one that I did this morning because my video mucked up yesterday whenever I was trying to record. Let's see. It's the same thing as this one right here. It's had 10 shares, probably me sharing, but you get the idea. And then there's one I did for Literacy Day, based on Steve Jobs. Okay, it's had 9 shares, and that was not done by me. But so you can see like the stats, which is kind of interesting. Okay. So eventually this will go from in review to being live, and like this one right here. And you'll get an email notification to the emails tied into your Snapchat account stating that your filter is now live. And then you can share it, and it's on the Snapchat filters repository, wherever that's at, for people to use. So after that's done, and you can go ahead and close this out while that's still in review. And I did not go to this step yesterday, so let me go ahead and finish this step. I will go to File, Save As, and Superhero. Wait a minute, how did I do on this? Hocking College Spirit Week Superhero Snapchat filter. And this is like, just you're just saving it. And that's pretty much it. So that's the superhero filter for today. Tomorrow it is, what is tomorrow? Nope, that's not what I want to go to. It's not Dress for Success. I think that's Thursday. Just being slow. Pajama Day. So tomorrow we'll be doing Pajama Day, and then Thursday's Dress for Success, and then Friday is Blue and Gold. So that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be putting the YouTube video for Superhero Day, the one we just got done doing, on YouTube here shortly. Hopefully the recording worked better than it did yesterday. Let me know if you have any questions, though, in the meantime. Thank you.